He ate something. And now he's going to eat me. Oh my god! Are people sick of Troll 2 jokes yet? Probably. Almost definitely. Hello, this is Dragon Keeper 9600, and we are here to watch episode 22 of Transformers Combiner Force, Something He Ate. Now, I have not seen the synopsis for this episode, so I have no idea what it is about. Presumably it's about a male figure eating something. Or that's at least an aspect of the episode. Anyway, let's get going. As soon as I bring it up here. Where is it? Here it is. I'm professional. I know what I'm doing. And we begin. It's a beautiful lens flare today. The stock hawk sound effect is playing. Woody is standing over the, oh yeah, burnt out pile of rubble and ash.
What a mess.
I forgot what a number Steeljaw and his pack did on this place.
And I'll do
You forgot? We've been living in a cave!
Power up.
And why would we do that?
Why haven't they put a muzzle on him?
Okay, good point.
Maybe if I ask really nicely?
Satellite dish. I cannot miss Rebels of the Iron Crown tonight.
Sorry.
I was gonna be able to get to watch it, but somebody broke my TV. That TV has the same value as millions of lives, Sideswipe. We've been over this?
The greatest
No, it
monument
doesn't.
known to man, the Taj Mahal, the Great Wall of China. In fact, I have a vision. We will stack these venerable antiques into the Great Pyramids of Scrap, a timeless monument to classic collectibles.
And then we will live in them and create our own micronation where I will rule like a god.
Great. Well, you bought
Russell's
something
like,
with
gods
a
don't rule
vision,
micronations.
While I show these cons to their stasis pods.
Oh, I want
We could have brought them here and dropped them off last episode, but we were kind of busy with the whole
mean
sound wave
pyramids?
thing.
Grimlock, the lieutenant, is our superior officer. It's our
In
duty
case
to
you
do any
forgot.
sturdy job he
Along
does.
with forgetting why we're living in a
How
cave.
hard could it be to stack some doodads?
You mean build some pyramids?
It's like one thing.
A pyramid is a stack, dumbass.
Old junk.
Oh, for the love of...
Fine. Grim, you put the prisoners in stasis.
No, don't ask Grimlock to do things. If it was season 1, he'd be reliable, but this isn't season 1, is it? Roar! That was a good roar. That was good.
I'll help build the pyramids and any other scrutty jobs you guys don't want to do. And I'll do them without even straining my servos.
Cut to Bumblebee up at midnight covered in sticky notes. What's a pyramid, guys?
In that case, sir, would you also be willing to tow Grimlock's trailer on our next mission?
You are relieved of towing duty.
This is a new leadership style Bumblebee's working out. It's called Don't Be a Leader and instead do everybody's shit for them. Also called Being in a Group Project in High School.
Danny, Russell, clear out!
Grimlock, what have I done? I asked you to do a thing. How could I have been so blind?
On the bright side, I got all the prisoners locked up. But one.
Would it be the one who just threw you? How did I throw you without arms? Oh, I'm so glad you're home. I missed you so much.
Power up and take you down once I got free. In the Autobots.
I'm impressed that only one guy got out.
Going down.
It must be hard to wrangle prisoners with tiny T-Rex arms. Luckily, he has teeth. Teeth are a great substitute for arms. I think it's funny that Drag Break is still in the fucking opening when the Stunticons were locked up how many episodes ago? Like 4 maybe? 5? Probably closer to 5. I don't remember. The season's so long, it's all blurring together. Wasn't there a blue guy named Blar in it at one point? I don't remember. It's been too long. Okay, you guys have been able to all, as a group, fight all of Steeljaw's pack as a group. All of you should not have this much trouble with just Underbite at this point. What is this, the first episode?
Time for the second course.
Do not eat the Alchemar. I ate a city once. Why does nobody remember that? And I also snuffed Cliff Jumper. We hear a distant cry, like from thousands of light years away. No, you didn't.
Just what this growing con needs for lunch.
Stop trying to eat everything we own. Oh my god, our space bridge that doesn't work and we haven't used for a while.
Release that lunch. I mean, oh, you know what I mean.
Very well.
Gotta get done with you, toasters.
That was dark.
Enough to give me the juice to tear this whole world apart.
Once I eat your corpses! Kind of weird that Underbite never tried that. Maybe that's too... What? Oh, because he ate this part of the space bridge. For a crazy second, I thought it was Soundwave somehow fucking with them from stasis. I think Optimus took him away. This is amazing.
Doing what you're doing, but
So just eating part of a space bridge that isn't even turned on, mind you, is enough to make you unstable in time and space.
The ground bridge's field generator remained active after Underbite swallowed it.
So...
Remember when Thunderhoof tried to put together a ground bridge and he almost destroyed the planet? Apparently eating a chunk of it just gives you Skywarp's power. That's nice.
He randomly teleported to one of the ground bridge's past destinations. The desert southwest of Crown City.
Oh my god, I'm getting Micron Legend flashbacks. We're gonna warp from place to place of locations we've already been to in the show.
If he finds a way to power up, he could do tremendous damage. This might be our best and only chance to take him.
Of course, he'll only be there for 2 seconds before Tucker's PDA kicks in and he has to fly off to Danny's sports practice or whatever it is.
excuse me.
You nonsensically agreed to tow Grimlock. I still don't get why. Probably they explained why I was jabbering, but even if they explained why, I probably still want to get why. Pulling that guy in car mode really made my shoulder sore.
It's probably just a stuck wheel on the trailer. Don't worry about me.
Or maybe you don't have the word strong in your name. Silly Billy.
Yeah, there you are. Thunder Cruncher and Bolt Smasher, we're asking about you. Yeah?
My best friends are my arms because I'm crazy. It's like when you pretend to throw a toy at a dog. Where did it go? Soundwave used to like to do this to Starscream just to fuck with him. Bye. It seems to be running that triggers it. Gotta go fast.
Fix it. Update.
He warped to the center of the Earth, which is weirdly enough one of our past destinations. Who was warping to the center of the Earth?
Checking.
Sideswipe sheepishly raises his hand.
The recent ground bridge destination. The construction site where we battled those crow Decepticons.
I know a shortcut. Excellent. We'll split up and... Guys,
Unless you want the maglev train to plow into a sand dune, somebot has to fix this track.
Somebot's gotta stop Underbite too! And scrutty jobs like track repair are your territory now, remember?
Oh my god, why is Bumblebee getting stuck with the legwork? This is not what authority is for.
get to under...
Authority is for having no empathy when other people do the legwork, obviously.
Do these go longwise or crisscross?
It's not a puzzle, goddammit. Okay, we're back at the shipping place. Now what? Underbite shoves them both together in a box again. I'm starting to kind of like this. How about you?
Looking swole.
Die in a fire, sideswipe.
Those Autobots
I tried to.
now. They'll get a snoot full of bicep.
Save any room for dessert?
Ooh, 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 ooh. Give me.
Go get it, boy! Go get it! Seriously, there's metal all around. Why does holding that piece get his attention? Is he a T-Rex? Man, you're really strong.
Give me that beam.
Good boy. You want it? You gotta stand for it. Come on, stand. Beg. Hey, you're supposed to be capturing him, not having a happy day of bonding with him. Fuck! Stupid fancy magnetic train.
Lie down and grab those cables.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Yup.
Better it hurts us
Whoa! Wow, that's tingly. Woo! Ow, 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 ow. Don't try that at home. If you even are in a situation where you could potentially try that at home, move.
I think that charge magnetized us. Good thing there's no big pieces of metal around here.
For a second, I thought they were just gonna faceplant and magnetize the track. Oh, that's good enough anyway. Is the idea just to keep doing this until he gets tired and then give him a treat and a nap? Seriously, there's metal all around. You could have just eaten that construction vehicle you crawled onto. A graphic depiction of what owning a Great Bernard is like. Again, another!
Fun and games till somebody eats the I-beam.
That's not how the phrase goes. Dislike. Three, two, one. Yep. Man, I'm good. Haha! I like how it, it gravitates between warping him to previous destinations, like Fix-It said, and warping him just to play hilarious pranks on him.
If I can't knock you loose, I'll chew your perch out from under you.
Which is what you should have been doing instead of playing fetch with that. And there he goes. Ah! Curse my lack of opposable thumbs!
Again. We've been lucky so far, but who knows how long that'll last?
I think you have the answer to that. Sideswipe gets muddy again. Weird motif for this season. Guys, what?
Wheels still sticking, sir?
Oh,
Yep.
I swear this trailer only rolls uphill.
My hip is sticking.
Underbite teleport away again?
Yeah, 3 hiccups and out, every time. I thought if I could grab him when he left.
Then maybe my molecules would be scattered throughout time and space, and I'd never be lonely again. Please love me.
Listen, Underbite's moved again.
Yes, sir. In the forest where Shadow Raker's ship landed.
Okay, form up, team. Let's rev up.
Let's rev up and tug that dinosaur. Mommy, can we go to the ice cream shop? I'm not your mommy, Grimlock. We've been over this.
Denny Clay, to modify the ground bridge controls, I require a tennis racket, 3 toasters, and a size 12 rubber lute.
I'll need 4 owls, a dog skull, and 7 gallons of pudding.
Chill. If I succeed in teleporting Underbite back to the command center, I still need to disable the ground bridge with a 1.37 Tesla oscillating magnetic field. Then, somehow...
Just saying throwing the word Tesla into your mumbo-jumbo makes it totally legit.
You know,
But throwing the word Edison into your mumbo-jumbo
make all
will
this
not.
grunt work pay off big time.
If this episode ends with Underbite eating the pyramid of junk, it'll be the perfect bookend to the first season. First episode of the first season.
Anything.
I was the first villain of the series, damn it! Why don't I get more respect?
Maybe if he doesn't...
Just because my special power is kinda like Kirby's. Just because of that!
Roll around me. I can walk for a while if you want.
Nope. I'm great.
This is about pride! It's always about pride, Grimlock. Why do you think I continually make an ass of myself? Maybe I'm mistaken about something. You know, if you're animating in CGI, you think maybe you could get a better dancing cycle.
Much better than a paperclip.
And it won't ask me if I need help with my documents and or letters.
Afraid you're going on a diet.
I see you're trying to beat the Autobots. Would you like some help with that? So he didn't magnetize to anything at that construction site, thank God, or he'd probably be dead, but he did magnetize to the trailer just now.
Every second we're
Not
out,
earlier,
makes it
just
risky
now.
The humans could see or hear us.
Why didn't Grimlock magnetize the trainer? Magnets only work sometimes.
This song's my jam! Crank it!
Sure, robotic voice that came from behind the trailer and yet seemed really weirdly loud for a voice that came from that direction.
Establish control of the ground bridge.
I like to describe voices I hear before I do what they say.
Be a good time.
I'm rebooting the console.
If Underbite teleports while it's loading, I'll have no way of tracking him.
The destination history will be erased, so...
We have him cut off from anything metal. He won't be powering up anytime soon.
Bumblebee, you fuck! No! Bad dog! Bad! You spit it out! You spit! Show me what it is! Two of them sticking their hands in Underbite's mouth, trying to wrest it out of his teeth, while he just kind of moves his head from side to side. Tell me a story, Daddy. I don't want to go to bed. Jump, jump. Shit. One.
That's one.
So robot's hiccup now? I guess his robot diaphragm is spazzing. Got both of them. Which is weird because he was touching Grimlock. I'm a crane? No? Does that one not work anymore?
Don't panic, folks. I know this looks like a giant mellow dinosaur, but actually it's, a hoax. Yes, we're a special task force hunting down the mysterious creature sighted in this forest known as, Big Mouth.
The Caspiga. No. That's too many season 1 callbacks.
Who's shabby looking?
We'll take this pitiful hoax to the proper authorities.
Seriously, Underbite being the main villain, going back to the scrapyard with threat of Underbite eating it, then fucking doing the act break where they pretend like the humans have discovered robot's existence, but then passing it off with the dumbest excuse possible. Are we sure this isn't season 1?
I'm not letting go.
Until I beat the record and get free beers at happy hour!
All this jumping around makes me...
Hey, are they in that UK island where they ran into Crazy Bolt?
Makes me...
Want to surrender?
Horny! No, that's not it. What a lot of people shouted while watching Combiner Wars. I hate this! Also what I shouted when I was watching, The Last Night. I wish that had been true. Then maybe I would have been kicked out of the theater and I wouldn't have to sit through that whole movie.
Fix it! Fix it! Do you read me?
The lieutenant!
Tell him to stop beating me up, it hurts!
I really need that ground bridge control link!
Hold on. Almost lost.
1%! Yay! 0%! Boo! Curse this obsolete 1-month-old technology! Negative 1%. Drat!
Yes! He's hiccuping fast.
This looks like the spot they were in when there were 2 of Sideswipe. Is this a military installation? Whoop! So, that's 20 people dead right there. I guess it wasn't! Hopefully.
Fix it.
Space.
We're in a really bad place.
I don't know. This is much more picturesque than the frickin' cactusy desert. Good thing we're robots, or accidentally getting warped into space would have been way worse than it was.
Iron Pumper's Paradise! Yo. Oh, I don't feel so good.
Why? What's wrong? Then he just explodes. It's a quantum.
Permanently disabled the part of the ground bridge you ate. You won't be teleporting anymore, but you may experience some indigestion.
Are you sure he's not just gonna fly into goo like Jimmy Neutron?
3 garbage processors in 1 bite. No.
Looking a little flimsy there, Underbite.
Russell! What are you doing? Underbite's too dangerous!
Oh, he's not so bad. A couple of minutes without metal and Underbite practically shrinks down to the size of a puny mini-con.
No one calls me puny!
No one calls me a minicon! That is a huge insult! And Fix-It's like, is it? Ass. So, why are they trying to piss him off? You got a plan? Remember in the 2nd episode when Underbite almost killed you, Dad? Woo! Season 1! Season 1!
doing to keep yourselves out of my claws?
Keep up, Tiny Tron!
And by tiny trot, I mean tiny penis! Yeah! And Danny's like, you know, Russell, maybe it's a good thing you aren't watching TV anymore because, wow. Wow, I need to have a talk with you later.
No. Why do I have to have such a healthy appetite?
No, don't freeze me when I'm face down! Oh, the blood rush my head! Ah! He is gonna have such a fucked up spine when he comes out of there.
Done. Incredibly risky, but nicely.
You had no way of predicting that would work. You are all grounded.
Pyramids. Score 1 for the power of grunt work, huh?
No kidding.
What
So,
bullshit lesson was I supposed to have learned?
Without us, you managed to subdue Underbite, disable the ground bridge parts that he ate, and get him back into stasis?
That's why I'm your
Russell
superior officer.
did most of the tough stuff.
I killed Megatron. Let's not forget that.
Oh, you bots do a ton of grunt work that I don't give you enough credit for. Ugh, towing Grim, for instance.
Towing Grim in his stupid fat lord body.
We might as well do some more
I'm
grunt work
big
and fix
boned.
Danny's pyramids.
Because I'm a
These
dinosaur.
go together longwise or crissy-crossy. Danny?
We could spend our day trying to find some place for Russell and Denny to live that isn't a cave.
Is over. We're
It seems like there's enough stuff here for them to still live here, so why have they been living in a cave without TV?
Every episode.
Ah! You can't just do that. You can't just spring Teen Titans Go on me out of nowhere. Bad. Bad show. Alright, so that was something he ate. A filler episode since we were supposed... I kind of assumed that the rest of the pack wouldn't really be antagonists for the rest of the series. Only Steeljaw would be since the rest of them were hooked up. So this episode didn't really need to be made. Plot-wise, that being said, I do actually like the premise of the villain, like, warping everywhere. There are other shows that have had this. I mentioned Danny Phantom is the first one that comes to mind, where the Skulker, like, was wired into Danny's schedule, so he had to fly wherever Danny was going to be that day. It was an early episode. It was really funny. But, anyway, so yeah, I think it was fun. I guess, like, and again, the lesson that Bumblebee, Team B was supposed to learn was also kind of arbitrary. Like, I need to appreciate what the other members of my team do. Like, we should have established that. Like, this team started off dysfunctional, but it's no longer like that. Like, the most dysfunction it gets to is when either Grimlock does something stupid, or Strong Arm and Sideswipe fight. And even the fighting is more functional than it used to be. So, like, the whole premise of Bumblebee having to appreciate what his teammates do, and them having to appreciate Bumblebee as a leader, seems like retreading old ground. So yeah, it's a functional episode, but not one that's especially engaging, though it does manage to get a few funny moments here and there, and how much is left of the scrapyard really, contradicts, the tone of several episodes ago when the scrapyard was destroyed, and kind of throws a wrench into why are Denny and Russell living in a cave. I guess a reason that makes sense is to hide from Steeljaw's pack, and now that the pack has mostly been dealt with, they go back, but Steeljaw is still at large, so even that is a little skeevy. But never mind, next episode next week. I'll see if I can get a Micron Legend episode out this week because I haven't had one in a while. But whatever happens, this is Dragon Keeper 9600 signing off. Hey folks, the reaction's over and I'm still here, so you know what time it is. It's time to cover some Transformers related announcements. I probably should name this segment, but that might make me seem professional, which would, like, totally mess with my identity. Anyway, since Transformers Titan's Return is slowly encroaching upon us like an oncoming tide and will be here before we know it, you might expect that I might be talking about that show. But I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to talk to the show that we're actually kind of interested in remotely, which is Transformers Cyberverse. As you might recall from a previous video, I said that Transformers Robots in the Sky is slated to end. Bleh, that was a weird beat I added into that line. But anyway, it's slated to end sometime this year, if not next year. Most likely this year, though, since we only have a handful of episodes to go. So Cyberverse is said to be the sequel series, and Hasbro has only recently released an official synopsis. By the way, thank you to Sean TF1967 for sending this to me. The synopsis is short enough that I'm just gonna go ahead and read it to you right now. So, Bumblebee is on a critical mission where lives are at stake. Only he can't remember what it is? question mark that they put there for some reason. It's a good thing his best friend Windblade has found him to help repair his damaged memory chips. With each recovered memory, Bumblebee rediscovers his past adventures on Cybertron before coming to Earth. He relives fun moments when he played Cybertronian sports with his friends, and even tragic ones that would change his life. His past will shape him into becoming the hero we know today. And we have seen over and over and over in every bit of Transformers-related media. Over and over. As each memory is repaired, another clue comes to light that will lead them both to complete their shared mission to save their friends and Earth. However, the Decepticons are hot on their heels and time is running out. So, I don't think this premise is what anyone expected because, like, there's never been a Transformers show that has a setup like this. Most of the shows are either Autobot-Decepticon War or the Autobots and Decepticons search to collect for some kind of MacGuffin. And those two, like, plots are usually intertwined. In fact, almost always intertwined. So it's interesting that this time the collect them all thing doesn't seem to be mini-cons or Allspark fragments or relics or criminals or anything else. It's actually Bumblebee's memories. So I'm not sure. There's probably more to this premise than that. They mentioned that Decepticons will be after them. But if it's just Windblade and Bumblebee alone on Earth, that... Like, because when I was talking about the show, I mentioned that people were expecting it to be a G1 remake. And while it does seem to be very G1 inspired, we only have one piece of promotional art for this show so far. But as you can see, Bumblebee's design is kind of a mix between his more movie-inspired design that's been used in the line continuities and his G1 design, especially with the tiny little horns and helmet. And a lot of the angular lines on the characters are more reminiscent of G1 as opposed to the more, like, rounder polygon 3D design that we've been giving the Align continuity. I'll talk about the animation a little bit later, but may I just say that if Windblade and Bumblebee are the only Autobots on Earth, as the synopsis implies, though that might just be for the first few episodes, the cast might expand. Like, we don't know. We don't know anything about, like, where the show is going to go with that premise. It does raise a question of how much agency Bumblebee will have. Even though he's slated as the main character, he's definitely the most prominent character on that bumper I showed you. If he's lost his memory and doesn't even know what he's doing there, it might come across that Windblade has to, like, steer him around, at least at first, to try to get him to do anything. And as for his regaining his memories, the mention of one of the things he remembered as Cybertronian sports might hint that Hasbro is trying, yet again, as they were with Robots in Disguise, to make a Transformers show that is reminiscent of My Little Pony. Because that seems like the kind of thing My Little Pony would do. They switch between slice-of-life episodes about sports or hanging out with friends or taking care of pets or whatever into end-of-the-world, reality itself is breaking down and we must stop it kind of adventure stories. So it's possible that Hasbro's going for round 2 being with that, but I don't know if trying to ape My Little Pony is a great idea. I mean, it is a good show, obviously, and it's doing something right if it's been on for 7 seasons. But the movie isn't doing too hot right now, and Transformers isn't My Little Pony. So I like, if they're trying to, like, match... I feel like when producers try to, like, give another product that is as popular as product and mimics their style and what they deliver the audience, they go for the superficial things instead of the things that actually made the other show good. Like, they're going for tonal things in the slice of life adventures and the colorful 2D animation instead of, like, having developed characters or funny and clever writing or any of that stuff. But they hint that some of Bumblebee's memories might not be so good. And I'm kind of interested in, like, what kind of tragic things could have happened in Bumblebee's past, especially what made him lose his memory. How much do you want to bet? It's something like the Vocaloid song, Pursuing a Cute Boy for 15 Years, where it turns out that one of Bumblebee's friends that he's been remembering is actually dead. Like, I just remember that Prowl died 15 years ago. Like, depending on how dark this show is, that twist might happen. So, yeah, we got official synopsis, we got official art, and I gotta say, if that's really what the art set is going to be for the show, I'm not crazy about it. Like, it looks like it might be the kind of flat, puppety, like, Flash animation. Again, maybe reminiscent of My Little Pony. I know that's kind of what cartoons look like nowadays, but I don't like it. And I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. I get that if you want to go back to 2D Transformers, because, again, you're trying to ape G1, and G1 was in 2D. But, like, does it have to be that style of 2D animation? Heck, I'd even be happier with the animated Teen Titans inspired looking art. Heck, even something like Steven Universe or, like, that Voltron show that has that Avatar looking animation. You could have good looking 2D animation without cutting corners and making it look like, I don't want this show to look like Rescue Bots. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like Rescue Bots, but I'm not a big fan of that art style. It's just people, like, move so jerkily in that. But I don't know. I still haven't seen any kind of cast list for the characters. We still don't know which character's showing up. If this is G1 inspired, we could probably guess, like, Megatron and Starscream, obviously. Probably Soundwave, but that's just guesswork. Like, we don't know. But this premise is interesting, especially seeing what they'll do with it, since it's unusual for Transformers to go this route. Doesn't quite explain why the show is called Cyberverse. Shouldn't it be called, like, Transformers Memento or something? Whatever. But seeing as this series is in chapters, presumably they can't keep up the Bumblebee recovering his memory forever because there's only so much of his memory he can recover before he becomes, like, a fully functioning character and not just, like, again, someone that Windblade basically has to tug anywhere and constantly remind him which direction up is. Like, I don't know how badly Bumblebee's memory is fucked up, but they says in the synopsis that Windblade finds him, so presumably it's that bad where he doesn't even recognize Windblade, his supposed bestie. But yeah, I don't think as Bumblebee recovers more of his mind, that probably can't keep up. So presumably Chapter 2 will be about Bumblebee actually on the mission if he doesn't accomplish it on Chapter 1. But whatever the end of the world stakes are, I am intrigued. I'm a little put off by the art style, but I am intrigued enough by the premise to see where they're going with this. So that's what we have so far for Cyberverse. Like I said, Titan's Return will be upon us, Jesus, next month. I'm not ready! But, so yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna try and do reactions with Titan's Return. Let me know in the comments if you have a preference. Once again, until then, this is Dragon Keeper 96600, signing off.